Ooh, let's do some different. Ooh. Damn it. Where's my ears? I mean, my thingies. Fuck me. Am I connected here, team? Oh, yeah. Well, greetings. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by here on YouTube Live at The Real Bloom from Within Love. I go by Bloomy. And yes, I'm doing a lot of videos, a lot of lives, a lot of messages. I'm shooting from the hip. I'm rolling with it as they come, as I spend a lot of time in nature, as I listen to other various beautiful readers and souls that I admire. And I just want to go ahead and give an official shout out. She may not know this, but beautiful, philosophical. You're on here. You're one of the baddest motherfucker tarot readers, man. I tell you what. Okay. And I ain't saying that, to blow smoke up your rear. I think you'll know, though. I just want to say to you, I'm not attempting to, you know how it goes in this community, but I felt like I just want to give you that shout out. A lot of the messages that you share kind of go along with what I receive, as well as just similar paths and stories, and being a Hioka empath, and just dealing with, certain things, even with the belief systems and shifting and all of that. Okay. And I know you and we may not be exactly on the same wavelength in terms of that, but one thing we can say for sure, that those of us that are on the ascension path, we understand that it's all about energy for us, and frequency, and being able to know the difference between malevolent energy and benevolent. And so I just want to just officially tell you, girl, I appreciate you. So much of your stuff has provided liberation, even further for myself. Okay. So thank you. Okay. So now getting past that, and then there's many others. So I'm not just, singling her out, but I've just been resonating a lot with her messages. But yes, there's other readers that resonate with me that I adore, and appreciate them being committed to their path and journey, because that's the way I look at people in this field. I don't look at them as like, oh, who is that? No, I look at them like beautiful souls, and the dynamics that they all bring. You know what I'm saying? When people are really operating from the high frequency, and simply meaning love and light, it doesn't mean that they skip in tulips all day. It doesn't mean that they're always in rainbows and confetti and singing, you know. But people who have pure hearts and pure love, vibration, and intention, and is here to bring justice and balance first to their lives, and then to whomever would be resonating with them on their path. And I appreciate people like that. And I feel like I just want to say it, okay? To the rest of y'all, know we're not coming in partnerships or collabs, and we haven't spoken, and she doesn't even know me, okay? But I'm just sending out that love and light and gratitude and appreciation to people that I know emphatically that I have benefited from, and that I feel like resonate with similar stories and paths and stuff, okay? Now, the title you guys see is, who this? Rolling up. Hello? It is. Which one are you looking for? Number 1 or 2? Oh, so it's gonna, okay. It'll either be number 1 or cross over there. Okay? You're welcome. All right. So sorry about that, you guys. Um, to the message, I think I put the title in here, and I said something like, oh my, oh me, oh my, this will help. And so this is nothing super deep. It's just something simple that I want to share in terms of my experience. And then for whoever it resonates, if it's not you, excuse me, I'm sorry. One of the things I have learned is, like, it's okay, you guys. I'm not offended. On top of that, on this path, I've learned that even with the people that I resonate with and the things that they do and share, We're not going to resonate exactly on every little thing. And that's because we are unique. That's because we all came with different blueprints. That's because we're all in different phases. That's because of so many factors. And we all have a right to evolve and change however that's going to look for us. So no pressure. Okay. At the end of the day, to me, it's all soul. And if you know that you're, operating from the other side of it, then you're cool, right? It's like, okay, we'll figure out all the other ins and outs later. Okay. So, yes, oh, Bloomy Bloom got on some shoes that's too big because I wanted them that bad. Ain't that sad? I wanted them that damn bad, y'all. Because, look, they're feelers. I was like, whoa, I ain't passing up these bad boys. Because they brand spanking new. I found them virtually brand spanking new and shit. Huh? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Okay, you too. Bye. Um, I'm sorry. I'm smacking, huh? Well, so anyway, yeah, y'all. Bloomy Bloom. Her wanted. Her wanted some these feelers that's too big. Okay. I wear between a 7.5 to the largest that I wear would be a 9, and that would have to be a very small 9, right? So, but I wanted these shoes so bad because they was almost brand new and they was cheap and they are size 10 and I still got them anyway. And they too big. I was like, I'm wearing these bad boys, motherfuckers. I'm wearing these motherfuckers. Um, like I did with those skates that I got. They were too big, but I wanted them too bad. And so, anyway, I thought I would just sit out here. I'm actually sitting in my yard. And I normally have it like this, covered for you guys because, I'm really trying to not reveal as much. I'm revealing pieces of, where I am and so forth. But I thought I would just come on a little bit. I'm like, I'm enjoying the night and just sitting here in the yard, in the grassy grass that needs cutting. It'll be cut next week. But anyway, let me stop playing. So, when I say this will help, this will help. When you all hear me talk in reference of any particular spiritual religious text, okay, okay, I'm going to make it clear that I'm not associating that with the Western religion program that it's usually used for, meaning Christianity or any others, okay? And there's a reason for that. That's a program and it's designed to keep people actually away from source, okay? You're going to have to find this out yourself. And if anyone were to try to pull you out of that, the reason why people don't try to pull folks out of that, because it's a violation, first and foremost, of their right and divinity to believe and think how they feel. Okay, that's the first reason. The second reason is because it will be met with resistance because it's about the program of the soul. Okay, and you'll be called all sorts of things. And you'll be wasting breath and time trying to explain to people why you're saying that and what all of that means. So I just want to say, in terms of when I'm saying something here, when you hear me reference like certain beatitudes and philosophical texts and things and stories even of the Bible, okay, I'm talking about energy and frequency and the archetype of energy, period, okay, in terms of what it really represents, what was happening, what was the lesson, and how is it to teach us in life, okay? I'm not claiming as Christianity. I am connected to Source Creator, okay? My spirit guides, my higher self, archangels, ascended masters, and those that are of conscious ascended awareness, the true Christ consciousness upgrade, okay? Not the version that they exploited to control people. That's a story. Yep, ding dong. When you're ready, you'll go on that journey and figure out what's the real about Christ consciousness versus the Westerns or any society's religious-based man-made religion that's designed to control people and have people to relinquish their power, okay, and all sorts of things. And I wanted to say that I'm like, it's just, I want to make that plain. I'm not telling you what to think, feel, and believe, but in terms of me, okay, when I'm sharing things, I'm coming from the energetic position of frequency and vibration and character, development, personality, all of the things, you know, the life shit that we go through. Those, to me, those principles are priceless because it's the same thing that plays out, okay? In terms of Jesus and the Beatitudes, I mean, there is some exploitation of certain things, and I don't want to get too deep into that. But I'm going to tell you something. You'll find your power back when you stop thinking that you're supposed to sit back and let people abuse you in the name of being married, in the name of love, in the name of, you know, whatever. Those are all control tactics. Those are all tactics to kind of like keep people trapped and oppressed and, you know, people feeding off their energy. I mean, it gets pretty deep. You have to follow your own path and journey. But what happens is some people, souls be trying to pull them out and they get disgruntled and dissatisfied. And then they'll start looking at people like me, even if it's silently and secretly. Okay. And, understand that nobody can make you come out, but don't go on the other side of it and be upset or try to do things to folks that have managed to free themselves from limiting programming. Okay. Yeah. Another thing is in terms of when people help you and do something for you, because the trap is that people in these programs often are the very ones that seem to be the most charitable. They seem to be the ones that are the most willing to give a helping hand and do something here and let you stay there and do all these things, but it comes at a price. And then either you are under this energy, you're feeling obligated to do what they tell you, you're feeling obligated to stay, you're feeling obligated to be their slave, you're feeling obligated, you know, and true love, frequency giving and charity is detached. It's actually detached, okay? You don't have to go to their church service. You don't have to fucking marry their daughter. You don't have to, you know, sell your soul and blood and everything else because they let you lay your head on their pillow. Okay? They're not going to try to control you, manipulate you and your movement and all that and make you feel like shit and try to make it hard for you to have movement. Okay? Because they're detached. But people in those industries and in those belief systems and programs are often doing that. And there's a lot of people that starts awakening and healing and realize like, oh, because they gave me $1,000 and they did this, I'm supposed to like tolerate their disrespect. I'm supposed to tolerate their rudeness. I'm supposed to tolerate how they talk to me because they gave me money and they let me stay there. And that's all disempowering and it's tearing down at your worth and value. Okay, it's narcissistic, it's toxic, and it's dysfunctional. Healthy people don't behave that way. Okay, healthy people know how to respect boundaries of someone, even if they're different than them. Okay, healthy people aren't going to use what they do over your head all the time. Oh, I gave you this and that, and I gave you this and that, and trying to tear you down and so forth and make you feel like you're supposed to, you know, anything. Okay. And it's usually the most that you're going to see that happen is going to be usually connected to people in organized man-made religious systems, okay? Rarely you'll have some other people who are disconnected operate that way unless they're in their distortion. Like you guys hear me talk about spiritual, distorted spiritualist, okay? Because you're going to always have those that are like that. And so I wanted to share that as well. It was something else that came that would be helpful for whoever y'all are out there. Oh, as I was listening to Philosophical, she was talking about, some of the things like you have to forgive and all this stuff. You actually don't. And see, that's a program. And see, I'll even admit to that. Like sometimes that stuff is deeply ingrained from the programming, but not only that, from if you were like a starseed earth angel energy, your original template is based in pure love and light. So forgiveness and release and all of that is like natural, okay? But she mentioned how you have a right to choose. I think she used her pendulum, but it's like you have a right to choose whether or not you want to forgive somebody. Can you deem something unforgivable? Right? And then if we just kind of demystify these things, you guys, and please bear with me. And again, if this is not for you, that's fine. Can't always remember, no one can make you believe nothing that you don't want to anyway. Okay? No one could get inside your skin and your head and subconscious and your body and make you believe and do anyway. So you don't have to worry about that if this is not resonating for you. Okay? But like I was saying, sorry, excuse me, you guys. Um, Man, it's got dark fast. How the hell? What I was saying is that if we start demystifying a lot of these things that we were conditioned through religion and our upbringing, and just take all the woo-wooey, spiritually, all of it out and look at the practicality of events and like make examples of that, and then just be honest about, you know, um, what comes up for you, you would realize that, wait a minute, this is dysfunctional. This is toxic because they're telling me I'm supposed to sit here and let somebody kick my ass. Okay, that's what they're saying as they sing the pretty song, but that is what they're telling me. Okay, now I'm supposed to sit here, let someone whoop my ass if I'm spiritual, if I'm godly, and I'm exaggerating here, but it's the same thing. If you're dealing with a person and people that you know are toxic and abusive to you, okay, and they're telling you just forgive them, and you're just supposed to just sit there and hope and pray for one day that they're going to change. That's toxic. It's actually designed to keep you trapped and being used and your energy being harvested by the people who never meant to change because they're karmic and they got all kinds of malevolent energies attached to them. And so we have to, I don't say we have to. When we're ready, it serves you well to challenge belief systems and to release that and allow your ascension. Because if we look at people, and that's what I started doing, I started observing religion. I've started observing in many forms, many places for many, many years. So I've started observing the behavior, the truths, the secrets that I've seen about people's real lives versus the podium life, and, you know, how others are treated, the things that people say and do, and then go to the lunch and dinner after the, after church and say certain things about others. And then, I've watched all of that. I watch people be humiliated, an adult grown person that deserves honor and respect as an adult grown person, okay, that's responsible for their own lives, talk to like a child, okay, and exploited and personal vulnerabilities and business exposed to be made of an example, while all of their secrets and their children's secrets and their lies and their fuck shit and all that hidden. That's toxic. That's scapegoating, that's dysfunctional, and that ain't nothing of source creation, the true essence of the I am. You have a right to be treated properly no matter what someone thinks, to be honored and respected and talked to properly. And if people want their shit to be kept secret, then there is no position and title that gives them the jurisdiction to make someone else's shit not secret. That's why you guys hear me reference shit about the scripture, because they're actually hypocrites most of the time. Using only bits and pieces of scriptures for their own gain and to hurt and abuse people. That's out of order. And then not even able to look at the whole totality of things in the first place. It's like when we really sit and listen to some of this shit and listen to how people talk to us and all the stuff they're saying and jucking and shucking and jiving. And then if you actually knew these people's lives, or if you were ever up close and personal and knew any real stuff about them deeply and intimately, you heard me? So it's like, really? The issue is about love and the frequency of love and the heart space of that energy, and to mind one's own soul and to come from that space in life, right? So they turn out to be, they end up being the examples in the scriptures where you hear the Cain, the Abel, the examples I gave earlier, the low vibrational side of things. And I just want to say this, you'll hear people talk about this in a general sense, but I've come to realize something even deeper about it. It was the religious people that was after Jesus for a reason. And what people are blinded to, that is so now. Haven't you guys noticed that yet? One day, it wasn't regular people. Why is that? Huh? Why was the problem with the religious folks? Why was that the problem? Huh? Why were they hunting him down? Why were they bounty hunting him? It wasn't regular folks bounty hunting Jesus. Why? Ask yourself that. So it is today. Religion is still bounty hunting those who are in true Christ consciousness. Because look, when you start looking at the background shit that happened, they be like, hell no. They want people to relinquish their control. They won't say that, okay? But you got to learn how to assess this for yourself. At the end of the day, you have a right. So this is by no means, loving beings don't believe in doing that anyway. So I'm only sharing for whoever is, their soul is resonating in that and they're drawn and pulled, okay? So their soul is ready. They're not here to be bullied and bombarded. So this is not what we do. They know what they're here for and when it's their time and all that. So if it's not resonating with you, it's okay. Organized religion is the main ones that go onto spiritualist profiles and platforms bullying. That's why I'm creating my block list, because I'm reporting them too. Because none of us have the right to do that. But see, the target is always on the consciously awakened as well. It's giving people too much liberation and freedom and shit. They can't have that. Oh, you can do this without being in the group and shit. Can't have that. I'm sorry I'm smacking y'all. This is some good piece of what I'm eating. So please take what resonates and follow your higher guidance system. But you have a right to freedom and liberation, and to not have people try to mind fuck your gas, like to control. All of that is man-made fear, ego-based, whatever template and label we want to use, no matter what we call it. Nobody has the right to just disrespect and troll and stalk somebody because they don't believe and they think they're of the devil when what they're worshiping is devil. It's a switch. It's a trick. It's designed that way. People that's in true love energy don't do that. See, that's why I keep saying this and I'm going to keep driving it. Because when you're really all this, oh, you don't do that. I can almost hear, I almost hear the rebuttals. Again, out of context, programming, conditioning. And some of the half of the shit ain't always what we thought. It has been tampered with. But convincing people that it hasn't is one of a good way to keep people under control as well. Listen, if once upon a time there was never, I don't even want to go there. That's going to have to be another teaching another day. I'll get to that. But love energy is, at the end of the day, is love energy, and love energy respects all. Okay? Respects all. Not those that come to your church. Those that profess like you. No, it respects all. It's narcissistic of us to think that we know all things of anything, and to feel like from our perspective and experience, based in that, we have the right to go about intruding on others. That's narcissistic in itself. That is the definition of narcissism. No matter how we make it fancy, what labels we stamp on it. If you're crossing a boundary of someone else's space, their right to be, something that they have created. Now, we're not talking about murdering babies and all of that. I mean, because I can see where people is going to take this to so many extremes here. Okay, and even those things are based on perception as well. All that stuff is programmed because people are murdering in more ways than one. So that's why I'm like, people got to get over the fuck shit and the illusions. People are doing blood rituals and sacrifices. What do you call that? What is it called? Is that not murder? See, people got to expand that mind. Is that not murder? Is that not a form of taking innocence and doing shit to people who are innocent, like the shit I talked about with my son? What do you call that shit? Huh? Anything that doesn't come from a love frequency, right? When we're crossing these boundaries, oh, I'm bloomy bloom, so let me go and troll. I feel like I know all things spiritual, and let me go to the social media and let me get my group. Group, where you at? And let me go ahead and troll over to these people that I don't like what they believe, and I feel they're wrong, and let's harass them and sit back and project our negative energy in the name of God and wonder why our eyes start crossing and shit start acting crazy. I know I'm smacking y'all. I'm sorry. I hope it's not as loud as it sounds to me, because it's loud on my it's loud on this side, so I'm sorry. I don't know how sound yet. I won't hear it until I end the video. So if it is very loud, and then I'm sorry. Okay. Bloomy bloom. All right. Anyway, so this will help you. Okay. I just invite you, if you're feeling guided and pulled, learn how to pull back your energy, learn how to get somewhere within yourself and start just thinking. You don't have to attack or judge, but be okay if something is coming up and you're finding that you really feel and believe differently, and you're really starting to see something's not quite right. And yes, there's going to be a lot of shock and things you go through, because you're going to discover that the people around you aren't going to like that, and they're still in that, and they still try to treat you some kind of way. Okay. But also, if somebody's helpful to you, you still have a right to stand up for yourself and speak your truth. It's one of the things I went through with my sister, okay, when I was dealing with her. And that was a part of what triggered her so much. That's going to always trigger narcissism. People who have the audacity to speak their mind, whether you gave them $100 or not. And when I say speak your mind, I'm not talking about being disrespectful, because that's not what happened. But I'm talking about speaking your mind and expecting boundaries. Like, you gave me something, but that's not going to equate you to being able to abuse me or talk to me any old kind of way. Or just expect something because you no, you don't just expect. That should have been communicated. If that was the terms and conditions in which that I am able to lay here. Because see, people assume they want to pull you in and get you trapped, so then that you feel obligated to have to. That's toxic, and it's dysfunctional, and it's narcissistic. Because half of the time people know what their ulterior motives are, and they know what they'll be really, expecting of you. So that assumption and all that should have been laid out on the table, because you shouldn't have to, surrender your adulthood, your mind, your right to speak your truth, your opinion, and to have healthy boundaries in exchange for $100 or to lay your head on a pillow. And if that's how they feel, then it should be laid out on the table, and you have the free will and right to go ahead and opt out, because I'd rather not. I'm not going to live anywhere where I have to bite my tongue, because I don't care if you are letting me live here. If you're speaking to me inappropriately, I'm going to tell you. I'm a grown motherfucker. If you have crossed my boundaries, I'm going to say something. I'm going to do it as respectfully as I can, but I am. I'm not going to sit silent because you let me stay here. You're not controlling me like that. That was the main issue between me and my sister. Anything else she said was all lies, because I ain't did nothing to those people. I ain't on drugs, never did drugs. If anybody needed medication, it's them. The reason why people around her was certain kind of way, because she's a narc. And narcissists cause folks to get sick and imbalanced and stressed, because that's what they do to people. This is why I tell people, you got to do your own research on shit. If you don't want to believe what so-and-so said, if you don't want to take it out of somebody else's mouth, if you don't want to just go, you need to then have enough decency and enough adultness and maturity and critical thinking to learn how to go and start doing your own research on the matter. Because chances are they put spells on you to where you can't think straight anyway. But what saves us is when we just stop swallowing shit and then want to go on a hunt for somebody. You fencing to hunt your own goddamn life behind just believing something somebody said. People that are in gangs, you guys don't know the kind of shit my people is connected to. My sister and my nieces and stuff, the kind of folks they deal with. They'll do anything on some dumb shit. So all I'm going to say is, officially, anybody that participated in doing some fuck shit to me and my son, I'm going to keep saying this. I mean business. I'm going to probably say it on a good few more videos. I mean it, because a lot of people were tied up with her and my mother. I mean business. I mean it. The judgment has been called. People that, she had under spells and manipulated and was partnered up with to do all kind of shit and try to, yeah, whoever was involved, yeah. Whoever was involved, yep, you too. If you threatened somebody, if you bullied somebody, if you jumped on somebody to make them shut up or to make them not do what the fuck they were supposed to be doing up towards me, you gonna pay exponentially. Understood? Not because of me. I don't have to do it. It's being done on my behalf. Not a person, energy. My ancestors and my spirit guides. Yeah, I should say on land too, because on land it's going to be the law. The law is behind it as well. So fair enough. Land, it'll be land. It's going to be the law. They're going to find your ass. All asses. All asses is being found. Gang bangers, fucking addicts. All asses is being hunted down. It has been determined. The gavel has been banged. Judgment, execute to the full extension of universal law for all motherfuckers who partook in bullying somebody, gang stalking, threatening, blackmailing, beating up somebody, silencing somebody, stealing and robbing to take what the fuck belongs to me. You gonna pay. Who tried to stop if there was an ascension process, if that was the role going on with counterpart at that time, you paying too. And you try to stop it, you're going to pay exponentially. There's nowhere to hide. All that are involved, paying. All this kind of shit goes on in the background, and then people want to go sing, holy, oh, we are so saved. No, the fuck you not. Devils walking with crosses on their neck. How the fuck you talking about some, and you fucking jumping on motherfuckers, shooting motherfuckers behind a dizzy hole and her spell on your ass of $500. Stop saying God. Stop. Because somebody couldn't get their way. Oh, we finna go. We finna do this. Karma's here. I hope it was worth it for all these people that's about to fry. I hope they $500, their adrenaline high for beating up somebody, for lying, for bullying somebody, for poisoning, whatever the fuck they did. All the fuck shit is gonna come to light, and all will pay. And those that were cowards and went around somewhere and hid, and I was like, all of a sudden now, oh my God. Now they don't want to be involved. Too bad, so sad. FBI, hope you're listening. Go check out my block list. I'm making it nice and pretty. Those will be some good starting points to do some investigation on who was involved in some fraud, forgery, thievery, possible murders, kidnapping, poisoning, insurance fraud, black magic, witch covens. You'll probably find several of them on my block list on all platforms. That's a good starting point. High vibrational FBI, consciously evolved, awakened to step in on matters on my behalf and on behalf of the collective that is like myself, where people have been full of malice and they sing holy, holy, holy in the daytime at church. and people who are spiritualists in Reiki circles, and then at night in the catacombs doing blood rituals and sacrifices. All this distortion, judgment. Executed, no cloak, no dagger. None of their protection, stripped. Let them be hunted, let them be found. All that are involved, all that continue on. I'm going to keep saying it. Every day, or as I'm guided, whoever keep fucking with me, fucking with my son, fucking with what I do, they gonna wish the fuck they didn't do that. But it's over. They don't get to fuck with people's lives and go away and skip in the damn tulips and talk about look how wonderful we are. All will be seen as they are. As they truly are. No more illusion. All that they have done and projected, may they receive. They shall receive. They shall receive thievery. They shall receive. They shall be exposed. They shall go to jail. Go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Motherfuckers ain't passing and getting $200. Motherfuckers. All evidence will appear. All their attempts to hide it, I'm calling judgment. Bring it to light, team. Let there be light. Let all be exposed. Let all truths be revealed. And everything pertaining to me and my son. And bloom for with them love, this twin flame journey, and all that implied. Let it all be revealed. Let nobody get away.